JC found a skill drink. JC stored the skill drink in the status pocket. This factory is owned by Manamon Manufacturers Limited. Entrance is restricted to authorized personnel only. A feral level 18 hydro bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. Oh, hey. The girl said. You alright? Yeah, I said. What are you doing? I asked. Just looking out at the view. I see. I said. Something seemed wrong about the girl. Is everything alright with you? I asked. Sure, of course. Bright sunny day, sea spray in my face, sand beneath my feet, it's a beautiful day. She exclaimed. Though her excitement seemed so insincere. Really? I asked. Of course. She said. I kept looking at her. Well, okay. She said. Truth is I'm not exactly supposed to be here. I am very nearsighted and have severe hearing loss. My mom doesn't like me to be out here on my own. She's afraid I'll get hurt. You won't tell anyone, will you? She begged. Of course not. I said. I stood there admiring the view a little myself. Though I did not enjoy the view so much. I suppose I'd be afraid of heights for the rest of my life after the scare on Mount Sindar. Right, I'm going to head into town. Want to come with me? I asked. No. She said. An older woman approached us swiftly. Rena. She exclaimed, throwing her arms around the girl. Rena. Tears fell from the woman's eyes. You're not supposed to come out here, you're not allowed. Mom, I'm 13 years old. Rena said angrily. That kid there, he can't be much older than me, he might even be a little younger, and he's going on his own adventure. He's a tamer. How do you know that, Rena? Her mother challenged. Isn't it obvious? Rena said. I suppose so. Her mother said on closer inspection. But you're different, Rena. I have to protect you. I and my husband wouldn't know what to do if something happened to you. Praise Sonyas, I found you in time. I wasn't in danger. Rena shouted. Rena, you're near a cliff. You could have died. Her mother shot back. I'm nearsighted, not blind. Rena argued. I see that cliff. I was admiring the view. Stop embarrassing yourself in front of this Manamon tamer. Come on, we're going back to the house. Rena stood there defiantly. Come on. Her mother prompted again. Right, Mom. Rena finally said and began to walk away. Select an option. Inventory. Items. Mananet. Soup. Rare jewel. Deadless. Power potion. 1. Giganet. Select an option. A feral level 18 hydro bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. The water is too deep to walk in. A feral level 18 hydro bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. A feral level 18 hydro bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. A feral level 18 hydro bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. A feral level 15 reef attacked you. Go, Skiriel. O reef. You have not captured a reef. O reef has 100. Select, choose a move. Skiriel has dealt 33 damage to O reef. O reef use bubble. O reef has dealt 6 damage to Skiriel. O reef has 30% health remaining. Select an action for Skiriel. Inventory. Items. Giganet. 1. Power potion. Giganet. 1. Star element. Ultra Incap. Meganet. 15. Select. JC has captured the feral reef. A water type. They are often found in shallow waters. Reef uses the many benefits of group living such as enhanced communication, courtship, predatory behavior, and protection. Its eye locations allow it to see virtually everything around it. Do you want to nickname Reef? No, your party is full, so the Reef was stored in partition 1 in your transportal. Select an option. Inventory. Monopede. Welcome to the Monopede. Select your filter. View only captured Manamon. Browsing Manamon. You have caught 38 Manamon. Spirost, ID, Faraday, Cacon, ID 95, Finot, Reef, Gronk, Reef, viewing Monopedia entry for Reef. Physical description, Monopedia, physical description, Reef looks like a typical shark except it has one eye on top of its head and another on the bottom. Its yellow coloring serves as a perfect camouflage when swimming over the sandy seafloor in its coastal habitat. It has a flattened head with a short, broad snout, and the second dorsal fin is almost as large as the first. Monopedia entry, they are often found in shallow waters. Reef uses the many benefits of group living such as enhanced communication, courtship, predatory behavior, and protection. Its eye locations allow it to see virtually everything around it. View known locations. Location list, Sandcot Beach, and in 2 locations you have not yet visited. Viewing, physical, Monopedia, Reef weighs 15.4 kilograms and is 0.86 meters tall. You own this Manamon. Elements, water. Browsing Manamon. Reef, Reef.
Reef.
R, E, E, F, E. Select an option. Party. Inventory, Monopedia, save game. Game save. Hero level 15 Reef attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. A Hero level 18 Hydro Bird attacked you. Go, Skiriel. Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. Sandcot City. Spring is my favorite time of year. Feel that lovely warm air. I've been training and training, someday I'll be a real great tamer. Want to give me a challenge? Yes, okay, you asked for it, no holds barred. Cool Kid Gemma has challenged you to a battle. Gemma sent out a Lavaland. Go, Skiriel. Inventory, switch Manamon, Germaron, what? Go, Germaron. Full Lavaland used Pangrain. Full Lavaland has dealt 6 damage to Germaron. Choose a move, Mudball, Tidal Wave. Germaron has dealt 27 damage to Full Lavaland. Full Lavaland used Headbutt. Full Lavaland has dealt 10 damage to Germaron. Choose a move. Germaron has dealt 30 damage to Full Lavaland. Cool Kid Gemma used the Mighty Herb. Full Lavaland swallowed the Mighty Herb, healing 57 health. So, choose a move. Germaron has dealt 30 damage to Full Lavaland. Full Lavaland used Lava Lick. Full Lavaland has dealt 8 damage to Germaron. Choose a move. Germaron has dealt 30 damage to Full Lavaland. Full Lavaland used Lava Lick. Full Lavaland has dealt 8 damage to Germaron. Choose a move. Aquazap. Germaron has dealt 33 damage to Full Lavaland. Full Lavaland has been defeated. Skiriel gained 217 experience points. Germaron gained 391 experience points. Cool Kid Gemma defeated. Huff. Well, at least I don't cheat. Obtained 69 gold. Ugh, how long do you spend training each day? I'm too tired to train right now. Inventory, Monopedia, save game. Select an option. Manamon Marketplace. Sandcot City. Hey, sorry man, but Senarus is preparing for a sermon or something I think. He'll be here later today I imagine. Hey. Brightwater Trail. Vermont. Sandcot City. Hey, he'll be here later. Spring is my favorite time of year. Select an option. Scramble dining room. Sandcot City. Holy Church of Zonas. Sandcot City. Scramble dining room. Although a bit sticky, it is otherwise clean. JC found a skill drink lying sideways on the table. JC stored the skill drink in the status pocket. Runa's mother, Runa really is a darling child, just a bit misguided. Crandall Hall, Crandall dining room. It is a nice big piano. Do you want to play the piano? The oven is piping hot, hands off. JC found a strong herb on the oven. I'm being very naughty taking this herb. I'm like a kid with a cookie jar. JC stored the strong herb in the status pocket. It is a sink set into a polished counter. Dirty dishes make the sink an unpleasant sight. The oven is piping hot, hands off. It is a sink, dirty. It is a sink set into a polished counter. Dirty dishes make the sink an unpleasant sight. The refrigerator is very cold and very large. Wonder what sort of yummy food is hidden in it. Cramble laundry room, cramble kitchen. It's a bin for throwing trash into, commonly called a trash can or garbage can. JC found 600 gold hidden amongst the garbage. I'd imagine that wasn't intentionally placed in the garbage. Wonder how it got there. The smell. Hope the marketplace will still accept it. $18,150 gold. Sandcott City. Cramble kitchen. Cramble laundry room. It is a washing machine, used to efficiently wash dirty clothes. Obtain 300 gold. It is a washing machine, used to efficiently wash dirty clothes. It is a dryer. It is used to render the clothesline obsolete. JC found a level up herb. JC stored the level up herb in the status pocket. JC found a mighty herb. JC stored the mighty herb in the status pocket. It is a Cramble kitchen. It's a bin. Wonder. Cramble dining room. Cramble hall. JC found a total cure. JC stored the total cure in the status pocket. The chest is open and empty. Master bedroom. Location, master bedroom. Cramble hall, master bedroom. All Manamon have been completely healed. JC found a rare jewel. Inventory items. Meganet 40 Ultra Encounter Power Potion Deadless Step Rare Jewel 4 Super Rare Jewel 4 A bright sparkly jewel. Doesn't seem good for anything. Select an option. Inventory Monopede Save game. Select an option. Cramble bathroom 2. JC found an encounter down. It is a small sink. JC found a lightning element. JC stored the lightning element in the items pocket. It is a small sink. Master bedroom. Cramble hall. Cramble bathroom. It is fairly tidy. It is a sink set into a polished counter. It is fairly tidy. It is a... It is fairly tight. It is a sink set into. It is fairly tight. Crandall Hall. Matthew's room. JC found a soulless heartstone. JC stored the soulless heartstone in the item's pocket. All Manamon have been completely healed. The chest is open and empty. The chest is... Crandall Hall. Rena's room. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air. It is a vent. Cold. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air. All Manamon have been completely healed. And do you think it is appropriate to be lying in my bed like that? Are you some sort of pervert? Get out of my room. All Manamon. Crandall Hall. Crandall Hall. Crandall living room. The sofa is brand new and spotless. A blanket is draped across it, though it looks as if it has been misplaced, rather than purposefully placed for decoration. JC found a speedy potion. JC stored the speedy potion in the item's pocket. On first glance, the reclining chair appears to be brand new. On closer inspection, however, the footrest is jutting out at an odd angle and will not move when the lever on the side is manipulated. Crandall Hall. Crandall dining room. Sandcott City. Obtain 2,000 gold. Crandall Hall. Sandcott City. Crandall laundry room. Crandall kitchen. Sandcott City. Granville Kitchen, Sandcott City. Granville Hall. Sandcott City. Holy Church of Zonias. Sandcott City. Mana Hotel. All Manamon have been completely healed. Hey big bro. I'm so happy you're doing so great on your journey. I'm sure Dad's real proud of you. Speaking of Dad, he's coming back tomorrow. I can't wait to see him. He said he'd call every now and then, but he hasn't called once since he dropped me at Grand's. She said he's super busy and that I shouldn't mind that he didn't keep his promise to call me. I still kind of do anyway though. Still though, I'll see him tomorrow, so I'm super excited about that. I don't want to bother you anymore, brother, so I'll go ahead and get Grand to help me post it. Sandcott City I think is where we're going to send it. It should reach you there in time. If so, good luck with your third stadium battle. I'll be watching it on the TV. Which reminds me, almost forgot. I saw your battle with the Valid Stadium leader on TV yesterday, and you did brilliantly. All the kisses in the world. Your little sis Melanie. All Manamon have been completely healed. The Cranvells basically run this town. They've got this huge house, and the father of the family is both the stadium leader and the priest of our church. Yup, the Cranvells certainly have a monopoly on our small town. So, you tamer, tourist, or terrorist. In any case, you should check out the Cranville Manor. It's Sandcott's biggest attraction. The manor is owned by Arus Cranville and his family. Zonias is so wonderful. Zonias be praised for allowing us to live another day on this planet. Oh, I owe my life to the power of Zonias. Sandcott City. I'm too tired to train right now. Sandcott Beach. Hero level 15 Birkin attack you. Go, Skiriel. Select and choose a move. Skiriel has dealt 29 damage to Birkin. Birkin used Splash. Birkin has 36% health remain. Select and act inventory items. Rare Jewel. Deadless Dust. Power Giganet. Star Element. Ultra Cap Meganet. 14. Select. JC has captured the Feral Birkin. An ice and water type. It uses the ice on its back to deal damage. It can also take in and expel water to deal damage. It rarely comes to the surface of its water habitat, preferring temperatures of around -23 degrees Celsius. On very cold winter days, Birkin can be seen swimming in groups. Do you want to nickname Birkin? Your party is full, so the Birkin was stored in Partition 1 in your transportal. Inventory. Monopede. Welcome. Select your filter. View only scene Manamon. View only. Browsing Manamon. You have caught 39 Manamon. Spyrost. Faraday. Kakon. Fanot. Reef. Birkin. ID 83. Birkin.
Bergen.
B-U-R-G-A-N. Viewing Monopedia entry for Birkin. Physical description. Birkin is a bluefish with white fins. It always carries a small chunk of ice on its back, jutting out slightly over its head. The ice. Monopedia. Physical description. Birkin is a bluefish with white fins. It always carries a small chunk of ice on its back, jutting out slightly over its head. The ice is triangular. Its eyes are blue and protrude creepily from its face. Monopedia entry. It uses the ice on its back to deal damage. It can also take in and expel water to deal damage. It rarely comes to the surface of its water habitat, preferring temperatures of around -23 degrees Celsius. On very cold winter days, Birkin can be seen swimming in groups. View known locations. Location list. Sandcott Beach. Sandcott Beach. Viewing physical view known location. Birkin weighs 0.9 kilograms and is 0.77 meters tall. You own this Manamon. Elements, ice, and water. Browsing Manamon. Reef. ID 86. Inventory. Monopede. Save game. Select an action. A feral level 18 Hydro Bird attack you. Go, Skiriel. Wait, Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. A feral level 15 bird can attack you. Go, Skiriel. Wait, Skiriel makes a break for it. Skiriel escape. Select an option. Inventory. Monopedia. Inventory. Items. Meganet. 13. Defensive potion. Smoke element. Encounter down. Lightning element. Encounter down. 1. Lightning. Soulless heartstone. Speedy potion. Flyer. Mananet. Super rare jewel. Super encounter down. 1. Cancel. Speedy potion. Soulless hearts. Lightning element. Encounter down. Smoke element. Defensive. Meganet. 30. Alt. Star element. Giganet. Star. Ultra encounter down. 3. Select the action you wish to perform. Item. Select an option. Inventory. Monopedia. Save game. Select an option. The water is too deep to walk in. The cliffs look out over the ocean. You can see seagulls flying beneath you. One wrong step and down you go to your death. Sandcot City. Crandall dining room. And where, may I ask, have you been? A middle-aged man asked Rena, the girl I saw near the cliffs on the beach. Been out. Rena said shyly. So your mother tells me. The man said sternly. You disobeyed our instruction. In disobeying us, you have disobeyed Zonias by disobeying his divinely appointed messenger. Rena was silent. Do you think that was wise or honorable? Silence. For Zonia's sake, girl, don't sit there and look like a baby doll. Answer me when I address you. The man shouted. By the sound of it, I wouldn't have been surprised if the table the man hit had been dented. Sen Aruz, dear. Rena's mother said coming into the room. Please, we have a visitor. She pointed at me. Sen Aruz spun around. Sorry about that, Mr. ERM. Sorry, what's your name? Sen Aruz asked. JC. I said, uncertain how to respond. Sorry, JC, I was just having to discipline my wayward rebel daughter. Sen Aruz said, smiling. You must be a tamer, yeah? He asked. Yes, I am. I replied. Then you'll be checking out my stadium soon, I'll bet, huh? Sen Aruz said kindly. Suppose so. I said, still a bit unnerved. Until then, would you like to come and attend a service at my mighty church of Zonias? He asked. Without allowing me to respond, he added, but of course you would, silly me. Come on then, the church is just on the east side of my manor. Come on, Rena. I don't feel well. Rena said. Confound you, girl, I want you in the church of Zonias, and that is where you are going to be. Rena burst into tears. No. She yelled. I won't go. Really? He asked scornfully. You're going to make a big scene in front of our guest? Sen Aruz asked bewildered. She didn't respond, but a brief look of feral anger crossed her face. Fine, you stay here, but when we get back, you are in for a world of trouble, you understand me? He growled. You won't leave your room for 6 months, I swear it upon the throne of our god Zonias. You've made your bed, now lie in it, you ungrateful child. Laughing nervously, he turned back to me. Sorry about that, he said. But I have to take care of my children above all other matters. Come on and let us join in a spirit of worship before the brilliance of Zonias. Although a bit sticky, it is otherwise clean. Although a bit... Rena's mother, Rena really is a darling child, just a bit misguided. Sandcot City. Sandcot Beach. Sandcot City. Holy Church of Zonyas. Sorry, this thing on? Senarus asked the microphone stand. Aha, well Hello children of Zonyas, his name be exalted. I know there are many of us, especially those from towns like Hazeldale and Sarah who do not know about Zonyas' story. He said, looking directly at me. For the benefit of those of us here without that grand knowledge, I thought I'd talk today about the basic fundamentals of our beliefs. Some say they are the greatest legends in all of Tangeria. Well, it all started millions of years ago, before humans were quite so predominant. Many different Manamon species called this planet their home, just as today. But there were three very special Manamon. There was the divine Tabalis, who created the entire world with all of his wonderful abilities. When he created the world, he appointed two of his finest creations to purify any shadows of evil which might manifest themselves. These Manamon were once a single species known as Verbundan. They were twins, created by the same burst of Tabalis energy. One performed his task to eliminate evil with much aptitude. The other of the twins did not even attempt to perform his task. When he discovered shadows of evil on the earth, he took them under his wing and nurtured them to great health. As each of Tabalis' twin angels followed their respective paths, they began to alter in appearance, so much so that a new species name was adopted for each of them. The just kind god was named Zonyas. The friend of evil was named Erodime. Eventually Erodime had amassed such an army of dark creatures that no creature, god or otherwise, could stop him. He stormed into Tabalis' sacred chambers and demanded Tabalis vacate his throne immediately. When Tabalis refused, he was swiftly executed. Subsequent sightings of the dethroned creator have led many scholars to believe Tabalis was merely banished, rather than executed. Erodime ruled the world for many centuries before he created the means of his own destruction. More than anything, Erodime wanted to kill his twin brother, Zonyas. Although he suspected killing Zonyas to be easier than killing Tabalis, this just wasn't so. Shadows can do nothing to a pure heart like Zonyas. Erodime's attacks, along with those of his dark army, didn't even faze Zonyas. Erodime spent an extended period of time working on a weapon which could kill his immortal brother once and for all. An accident during the testing phase of the weapon resulted in Erodime becoming critically injured. Though they tried, his dark army could not revive Erodime, so they encased him in a sacred casket of sorts. They enchanted this so-called casket with such spells so that only in an age of magical and scientific superiority would Erodime be reawakened. With the fall of the Dark King Erodime, Zonyas took his place on the throne, where he rules till this very day. With the rise of humans, Zonyas took a less active role in the affairs of our world, choosing to deal in the realm of spirituality rather than that of physicality. That is the brief version of our beliefs. Thank you all for showing up and I hope to see you here again tonight for tonight's service. As he finished, he was looking at me again. After the service, Senarus approached me. Sorry, JC, but I was wondering if you would join I and my family for dinner before you head over to the stadium to challenge me. I'm not sure if I started to say. Nonsense, come on and dine with my family, yeah. Right, okay. I relented easily. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. JC found some deadless dust gathered on the vent. JC stored the deadless dust in the item's pocket. It is a vent. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. JC found a flyer. JC stored the flyer in the item's pocket. It is a bench. JC found a total cure forgotten on the pew. JC stored the total cure in the status pocket. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. Obtain 500 gold. Ultra. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. Obtain 320 gold. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. JC found a spirit staff. JC stored the spirit staff in the equipment pocket. It is a van. Cold. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. It is a... JC found a revive. JC stored the revive in the status pocket. It is a bench, commonly called a pew, which religious persons sit on during a religious gathering. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. It is a vent. Cold air is blowing from it. A statue of what must be the god's own Yas. Select an option. Party. Inventory. Items. Other items. Amplify key. Combat recorder. Arcade case. Classic key. Pocket copter. Holy medallion. A beautiful medallion. Though it appears as if it should be cold to the touch, it is in fact warm as if it had been placed near a fireplace for an hour before being touched. It never loses this heat. Select the action you wish to perform. The medallion shines blindingly bright. Faith room. Hello. Welcome to the faith room. This area has been forgotten by all but a select few. Only one who possesses a holy medallion may enter, as I know you have yourself discovered. You may not pass. Only one who is pure in heart and pure in deed. Only one who has proven their worth may pass. You may not pass at this time. Holy Church of Zonyas. A statue. A statue of what must be the god's own Yas. Sankat City. Crandall dining room. Although a bit sticky, it is otherwise clean. Obtained 1000 gold. Rena's mother, dinner will just be a few more minutes. Why don't you go check up on Rena? Crandall Hall. The chest is open and empty. Inventory. Monopedia. Save game. Select an option. Sankat City. Crandall Hall. The chest is... Inventory. Monopedia. Rena's room. I cannot bring myself to describe to you the scene which presented itself to me when I entered Rena's room. Suffice it to say it involved a chair, a rope, and a young girl on the verge of doing something only very desperate people resort to. Rena, no. I shouted. She turned and glared at me. She was still quite a way off from executing her desperate plan. The rope was only in her hand. She jumped down, her face clenched up with rage. Leave me alone. She screamed at me. This is the only way out, I'm sure of it. Don't keep me from finding peace, don't do it. There's always another way, Rina, always. I shouted. I'll fight off you or anyone else who tries to stop me, you will be first. Last Rina has challenged you to a battle. Rina sent out a Reef, a Teddy Bird, and a Monty. Go, Skiriel, Germarine and Ratsal. Select an action for Skiriel. Choose a move, Wind Force, select the target. Go Reef. Skiriel has dealt 33 damage to Go Reef. Go Reef used Evil Eyes. Germarine's strength was decreased by 1 stage. Select an action for Ratsal. Choose a move. Bite, Standard, Physical, Effect Points 55, Power Punch, select the target. Go Reef. Go Reef has 63% health remaining. Go Teddy Bird. Go Teddy Bird has 100%. Go Monty. Go Monty has 100% health remaining. Go Teddy Bird. Teddy Bird is Flame type. Go Teddy Bird is level 32. Go Reef. Reef is Water type. Go Teddy Bird. Teddy Bird is Flame type. Go Monty. Go Monty is level 32. Ratsal has dealt 8 damage to Go Monty. Go Teddy Bird used Ash Rain. Skiriel has been scorched. Select an action for Germarine. Choose a move. Mud Ball, Earth, Tidal Wave, Aqua Zap. Select the target. Go Reef. Go Teddy Bird. Teddy Bird is Flame type. Germarine has dealt 66 damage to Go Teddy Bird. Go Monty used Thicket. Go Monty's defense was increased by 1 stage. Select an action for Skiriel. Attack. Choose a move. Wind Force. Select the target. Go Reef. Go Reef has 63% health remaining. Skiriel has dealt 33 damage to Go Reef. Skiriel suffered 13 damage from its scorched body. Go Reef used Evil Eyes. Germarine's strength was decreased by 1 stage. Select an action for Ratsal. Choose a move. Power Punch. Bite. Select the target. Go Reef. Go Reef has 27%. Go Teddy Bird. Go Teddy Bird has 19% health remaining. Go Monty has 91% health remaining. Ratsal used Bite. Ratsal has dealt 29 damage to Go Monty. Go Teddy Bird used Lava Lick. Go Teddy Bird has dealt 23 damage to Ratsal. Select an action for Germarine. Choose a move. Aqua Zap. Select the target. Go Teddy Bird. Go Teddy Bird has 19%. Germarine has dealt 69 damage to Go Teddy Bird. Go Teddy Bird has been defeated. Skiriel gained 320 experience points. Germarine gained 320 experience points. Germarine has increased to level 28. Health has increased by 2, Strength by 2, Defense by 1, Magic Attack by 1, Magic Defense by 2 and Speed by 1. Germarine now has 23 training points after gaining 5 training points. Ratsal gained 320 experience points. Bomontia used Aura Master. Bomontia has dealt 63 damage to Ratsal. Ratsal has been defeated. Select the Manamon to use Germarine, Ratsal, Merkit, go, Merkit. Select an action for Skiriel. Choose a move. Wind Force, select the target. Go Reef has 27%. Skiriel has dealt 32 damage to Go Reef. Go Reef has been defeated. Skiriel gained 332 experience points. Germarine gained 332 experience points. Merkit gained 560 experience points. Skiriel suffered 13 damage from its scorched body. Select an action for Germarine. Choose a move. Aqua Zap. Germarine used Aqua Zap. Germarine has dealt 15 damage to Bomontia. Bomontia used Super Spark. Bomontia has dealt 66 damage to Skiriel. Skiriel has been defeated. Select the Manamon to use Germarine, Ratsal, Merkit. What do you want to do with her? Select Germarine, Ratsal, Merkit, Verity. Go, Verity. Select an action for Merkit. Choose a move. Pounce, Standard, Physical, Evil Eyes, Shadow, UP remaining 35, Bite, Standard, Select an, Bomontia. Bomontia has 41% health remaining. Select an action for Merkit. Attack, choose a move. Pounce, Evil Eyes, Bite. Merkit use Bite. Merkit has dealt 6 damage to Bomontia. Select an action for Germarine. Choose a move. Aqua Zap, Water and Elect, Tidal Wave, Water, Aqua Zap, Slam, Standard, Physical, Effect Point 70, UP remaining 20. Germarine has dealt 12 damage to Bomontia. Bomontia used Super Spark. Bomontia has dealt 88 damage to Verity. Verity has been defeated. Select the Manamon to use Larby. Go, Larby. Select an action for Merkit. Choose a move. Bite, Standard, select, Bomontia. Bomontia has 20% health remaining. Choose a move. Merkit use Bite. Merkit has dealt 6 damage to Bomontia. Select an action for Germarine. Choose a move. Germarine has dealt 20 damage to Bomontia. Bomontia has been defeated. Germarine gained 420 experience points. Merkit gained 708 experience points. Merkit has increased to level 21. Health has increased by 3, Strength by 1, Defense by 1, Magic Attack by 1, Magic Defense by 1 and Speed by 1. Merkit now has 14 training points after gaining 4 training points. Larby gained 1063 experience points. Larby has increased to level 14. Health has increased by 2, Strength by 1, Defense by 1, Magic Attack by 1, Magic Defense by 2 and Speed by 1. Larvae now has 10 training points after gaining 10 training points. Larvae is now able to use the spell Fan Drain. Larvae has increased to level 15. Health has increased by 2, strength by 1, defense by 1, magic attack by 1, magic defense by 1 and speed by 1. Last arena defeated. Everyone's against me. Obtained 259 gold. Oh JC, you'll never understand. She shouted. Never. I must chase after her. I thought. I know I can calm her down, I know I can. All Manamon have been completely healed. Bramble Hall. Bramble Dining Room. Although a bit sticky, it is otherwise clean. Rena's mother, I just can't believe it, won't believe it. Sandcot City. Select an option. Inventory. Monopeat. Select an option. Sandcot Beach. A Feral level 18 Hydro Bird attack you. Go, Skireel. Flee. Skireel makes a break for it. Skireel escape. JC found an antidote. JC stored the antidote in the status pocket. JC found an antidote. JC stored the antidote in the status pocket. A Feral level 18 Hydro Bird attack you. Go, Skireel. Flee. Skireel makes a break for it. Skireel escape. Select an option. Inventory. Other items. Holy Medallion. Equipment. Megaphone. Status. Items. Ultra Encounter down. 2. Star Element. Giganet. Power. Deadless Dust. 3. Rare Jewel. Super Encounter down. Select the item. Select an option. Inventory. Monopeat. Save game. Select an option. May I sit here a second? I asked quietly. Yeah, sure. She replied quietly. You were wrong earlier, Rena, when you said I didn't understand. I said gently. I've been observing your situation, and I do understand. Your father and mother keep you trapped, unwilling to let you take the risks which define living and life itself. You could be much more than a shadow, the shell of a human they let you be. You feel trapped, angry at the only two people who you know love you and will love you unconditionally. No doubt they have said Zonias will punish you if you don't follow his and their strict guidelines. But I believe they will understand the error of their ways if you'll just give them time. They didn't realize they were hurting you to the extreme where you felt oblivion was preferable to living under their tyranny. So please don't jump off of those cliffs. That's what I was thinking about doing when you first spoke to me. Rena whispered. Deciding whether or not to jump to my death. Yes, I think I figured that out. I gently murmured. But you don't really know what it is like to live with a father who you don't love. Rena sobbed. Don't I? I asked. When I first spoke to you, it was after I just found out my own father had betrayed me to the leader of an evil organization. How's that for hating your father? She was silent for a moment. The betrayal almost cost me my life. I added. Wow. She whispered. Yeah, wow. I said. So please back away from the cliff, please. That's a good girl, just a little more please. Now, how about we head back to the manor and talk to your parents, eh? I asked. Alright. She said. Sandcot City. Sandcot City. Cranble Kitchen. It is dirty. Cranble Dining Room. Her parents looked at me expectantly, not saying a word. I coughed a little and shuffled my feet. I then proceeded to tell them the whole story. We never forced Rina to follow Zonyas. Her father shouted enraged. If she wants Zonyas to be displeased with her and make her afterlife unpleasant, then that is her choice. And what about your sheltering her? I demanded. We were doing our jobs as parents. Senarus yelled. You have forced her to follow Zonyas with barely veiled threats. I shouted back. You may say it is her choice, and indeed it is, but you stigmatize the alternatives to your lifestyle so much that she hasn't been able to talk to you about it. And even if she were given that opportunity, you'd probably spend the whole conversation trying to bring her in line with your opinions and less time listening to what she needs to say. You are just a meddling fool. Senarus yelled. A meddling fool who just saved your precious daughter from being food for the seagulls. I retorted. I will not be disrespected in this way. Out. Senarus demanded. I didn't move. Out. He screamed so loud I felt my eardrums would burst. Senarus, maybe Rina's mother started to say, but she trailed off when Senarus gave her a fierce look. We will settle this at the stadium shortly, boy, don't you worry. Senarus spat at me. Come on if you think you are better than me, come on. But sorry if this is where your journey ends, sorry. Someone walked into the room. Hey, what the heck is going on here? A boy around my age asked. Now is not a good time, Matthew. Rina's mother said gently. Go and prepare for your 6th stadium battle now, dear. Oh, right. Matthew said, disconcerted. Goodbye, JC. Rina said. I wish you the best at the stadium. And what about you? I asked desperately. Just beat my dad. Rina implored. I think Mom might be able to help me more than you at this point, JC. Just, give him hell, okay. You got it, Rina, I'll give the bastard everything I've got. I said. Rina's mother, I'm not sure what to do now. Pocket Copter. Sandcot City. Sandcot City. Mana Hotel. All Manamon have been completely healed. Sandcot City. Sandcot Stadium. Sandcot City. Select an option. Inventory. Mana P. Save game. Game save. Select an option. Party.